No signs of somebody coming in, so they have keys to, and they do have keys to every single house in the whole world if they want to. And the police does nothing because the police protects them. And that is the worst. The corruption of the police, the corruption of the legal system is just a fact in all countries. Because those who govern, they own them. They own the mass media, they own the police, they own the juridical system and all that. Not all. There are always good men and women in police and the army and all that. They're always good, but they're always bad apples. And the bad apples have had the power, at least so far.
And Dr. Kilde, we are so privileged to have you on today because you and I had spoken on the phone a couple of times and you share your story with me. You obviously have a mission, and you will not die until that mission is complete. Now, a lot of people may think that we're fear-mongering. And folks, we're talking to a distinguished former chief medical officer of Finland. This is somebody who has researched this information, and sometimes in the United States, you don't get the news if you turn on your TV. You have to step outside. And I'm willing to bet that you get in Norway, where you reside now, more information about what's really transpiring in the United States than we do here. Am I correct?
Absolutely correct. And that goes not only for the U.S., it goes to other countries too. You have to get outside the borders of your own country to find out news. The last news I just read today, it was an internet sent to me that Pentagon has forbidden soldiers who serve abroad to use internet. Now that was news to me.
Huh.
Because, of course, the soldiers who use internet abroad, they found out a lot of things that are not printed in the USA.
Sure.
So that's exactly how it is. And I think that the I think American ego is one of the reasons for this, because I was an American Field Service scholarship student when I was 16, 17 in Milwaukee, Wisconsin for my senior year in high school. And I loved America, and I loved my friends, and I loved my family. And I was just a few months ago in our 50th class reunion, which was great to see the people after 50 years. But I noticed something, that 51% of my classmates, and we were 140 or so, had and still live after 50 years in the Milwaukee area. 51%. Mm-hmm. And many of them had never been abroad. It was Midwest. And when I talked with them, you know, I was flabbergasted how little they knew about what their own country was doing abroad. I criticized, of course, you know, the wars that U.S. is doing in other countries, etc. And one lady said to me, well, why do they always ask for our help? And I said, come on. It's puppet governments that ask for help. It's not the people. And she couldn't understand it.
Right.
So you know, it's very, very much ignorance. And one of the reasons is, I think that, like I said, American ego. Americans go abroad and then they come to Finland, for instance, and then can say, oh, they didn't even speak English. I mean, you could go to another country. I expect everybody to speak your language. I speak 6 languages, but I would never come to the U.S. and say, well, they didn't speak Finnish.
Right.
But this is the way American, you know, education is that way. And it was worse in the 50s than now, but still it exists.
Well, the whole dumbing us down strategy is working. And by the way,
exactly.
Compulsory vaccinations. And folks, I hope that this does not happen. Call me fearmonger if you'd like, but I've been ringing this bell ever since this started back in April, that more than likely the Level 6 World Health Organization is there for a reason, that allows the governments to issue emergencies, institute martial law, and give us compulsory vaccinations. The question that's in everybody's mind, and I've discussed it in the last 2 shows, Dr. Kilde, what happens if there's compulsory vaccinations and I say no when I have a gun pointing at me? Yeah,
that happens in the U.S., I think. I don't think it's going to happen in Europe, at least not in Scandinavia. It's a problem. I think that they're going to take you to the famous concentration camps, And then they're going to vaccinate you anyway.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I'm trying. This is a show that's listened to as of this month in 143 countries. I don't know how many in the United States, but I'm trying to ring the alarm so that more and more people are aware of it and they decline. Because if they criminalize this, if they make it a criminal offense and they say it's going to be $1,000 a day, hey, you might as well make it $10,000 a day and put us all in jail. How many jails are they going to have to, or prisons, or FEMA concentration camps are they going to have to build to put us all in?
Oh, they have them already. They have 800 FEMA concentration camps in the United States. They have rails going there. They have, as I've heard, that they have even crematoriums there already. So they are there just to open the doors and send people in. So they have them in the USA, but no place else.
Right, right.
And that's why U.S. is going down the drain. The whole country is going to be crushed. And I feel so sorry for American people. But it is the administration that does this.
It's Nazi Germany.
I don't understand how those people who are on the top, how can they allow it? Okay, maybe they're all mind controlled to do that. But if they're not, how can they allow that for national security or whatever reason they will kill 5 billion people with vaccination, with conventional warfare, with chemical warfare, with like chemical trails, and with electronic warfare? It doesn't go into my skull. It doesn't go, why do they do this?
It's part our fault. When you have our representatives who have a 12% approval rate, but they have a 90-some% re-election rate, something is wrong.
Yeah, right.
Now, I just mentioned Nazi Germany for a moment. I remember Goebbels, Hitler's propaganda chief, when he lobbied worldwide to change the musical instrument tuning from 432 hertz to 428 hertz because 432 would make people calm and 428 was not. And during times of war, you don't want people to be calm. Did you ever look into that, by the way?
No, not into that one, but I remember that even today in Great Britain, the police has devices that they're using 450 hertz.
Huh.
And that is for mind control.
Yes.
But the thing is that now they have found out that a lot of policemen are going to be targets also. And that is a problem, of course. But it's all done deliberately. And we're all experimentation, guinea pigs, can we say, for this technology. And human life means nothing to those who are on the top. Nothing at all. Somebody says, oh, you can't, count human life, how much it costs. I said, just go to the nearest insurance company. And they say, if you lose a finger, it costs so much. If you use an eye, it costs so much. And if you die, it costs so much.
Right.
So there is a price for everything. And unfortunately, it seems that only money matters. Like Eva Joly, who is now in the parliament, she is Norwegian-French. She's in the European Parliament for the Greens. And she's been very, very famous. She was the person of Europe a couple of years ago, and she was revealing criminality of the big guys, criminality of the big industrial complexes. She said in a meeting that nothing but money matters, and that's just a fact in on this planet, and that's why this planet is going down the drain.
And we have so much more to discuss. We have to take our one and only intermission, Dr. Kilde. But before we take our break, I want to ask you a question and get your answer on the other side. Going back to what is a human being? When we come back, I want you to share the data from a European survey which talks about people who are telepathic, clairvoyant, and some who even claim to have contact with the energy of the dead. And this has been proven. Do we have 49% schizophrenic people in Iceland, which they claim to have contact with the dead? A lot of these topics going to be discussed after the intermission. Dr. Kilde, how do people get in touch with your work, by the way?
With what work?
With your work, with your books. Do you have a website where people can look at your work?
I don't have a website, and I only can send email and receive email, and I've just gotten a printer into my house. I don't even have a TV because I don't want to be watched through the TV.
Exactly.
So I don't if they can't speak the Norwegian languages or Scandinavian languages, they can't read my books unless I get a publisher in the U.S. and they can be translated.
And we'll try to get that happen for you. Folks, stay with us. So much more to cover with Dr. Rauni Kilde. We'll be right back. This is Mel Fabregas, and you're listening to The Veritas Show. Thank you very much for listening. We're going to talk more with our special guest in our members section. Head on over to our website, veritasshow.com, click on subscribe, and join us in the members area to tune in to the second part of this great show. We'll take a short break, listen to some music, and we'll be right back with more.
This is Bob Dean, and you've been listening to The Veritas Show.